This is Louis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. I'm delighted today to be joined with Kalle Sauerland. KSI has his acid test. Joe Fournier, May the 13th. A bit respectful up there, but tense on the face-off. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it was an interesting presser. If you look at the mindsets, KSI much more withheld, respectful. He's always respectful, but there wasn't that boisterous sort of back and forth that you have in a lot of crossover press conferences. There were no water guns today. There were no flying shoes. No, it was at the feel of a pro presser. And then there was a face-to-face, and I think, it was premeditated. I'm pretty sure of it. I don't think Joe went up there. They had the back and forth, and they were having the banter about who's bigger, and the usual thing that you hear. Oh, I thought I remembered you being bigger than that, and this, that, and the other. So it was. I think that was the point where he wanted to go in and say, right, young lion, daddy's home, and that's sort of my take on it.
Is it important for KSI not to overlook someone like Joe Fournier, where he's talking about Jake Paul, wanting to fight Jake Paul, where Joe Fournier's in front of him, he's an experienced pro boxer, you have to take every fight as it comes?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, he's certainly not overlooking it. I mean, if Jake Paul would have signed the deal memo that was put across to him, would have meant probably that we wouldn't have fought Joe Fournier. So this is the replacement. And he's not going to overlook him. He can't overlook him because he's in a similar situation where Jake Paul was a few weeks ago against Tommy Fury. Very similar records. One's obviously a much younger fighter, still learning the craft. Fantastic jab, Tommy Fury, but learning the craft still. From that big boxing family we all know. Whereas Joe Fournier, that's why I asked him. I was being real. Like, what are you doing there? 9-0, number 10 in the world, won a WBA international championship, respectable belt for anyone from that's not a bad going. And he seemed to have walked away from the sport and does his his things. Successful businessman, etc. So why come back? I'll tell you why he come back. He didn't say it up there, but I kept on trying to tease it out of him. He's not too happy with the sort of this limelight that these people are getting, which, he's from the pro world, Joe Fournier, but his lifestyle is really a sort of influencer lifestyle. So he feels like he's part of that world, although he's not really. But because of that, he thinks this is his chance to shut people up and take away the top spot. He's not joking what he said up there. He didn't come out with it the way I was trying to get it out of him, but he definitely is doing this because he is jealous of the attention. He's not happy with it. He sees himself also as a successful entrepreneur. Now there's this guy, KSI, he's filling arenas. He's also an entrepreneur. And, he feels, look, I fought other pros and I got up to number 10 in the world. So I think that's where he looks at it differently. And he didn't quite give me that answer today, but I think the frustration was shown on the push.
Well, no, we're a bit pressed for time, so moving on. Obviously, it came out yesterday that Amir Khan had tested positive in a post-fight drug test for Ostarine. I just wanted to hear your thoughts, because obviously this happened, a year ago, and it only just came out now. Where you look at it and all the stress that you went through with the Ben Eubank Jr. situation with UKAD, does more need to be done where, people are getting known about these things, and does more need to be done with UKAD where they're letting the board know, and, Ben Shalom's saying that he only knew yesterday,
There's a key difference. Our testing system was UKAD and VADA. This was a direct UKAD test. So how people can say they didn't know about it, you're alerted to it. a UKAD test is done not voluntarily. It's part of your license, right? If I understand it correctly, and I might be total rubbish here, but if I understand it correctly, it was a post-fight test, which is mandatory, right? So you were informed of that. Everyone's informed of that. That's the way it was. It was just like we were informed of the Conor Benn test as well. Not the first test. Never ever have I received or Junior received any confirmation on that first test. That one, ooh, that was locked away in the archive somewhere, baby. Yeah? But when was the fight? Mid-Feb, if I remember correctly. I remember because I was negotiating with Special K. Brook after the fight to put him against Junior before he went into retirement. Now, I was told in that negotiation that there's a very good chance that Amir Khan might pull the rematch clause, right? So it all doesn't add up at all. Now, for me, Amir's case is Amir's case. I always say, innocent until proven guilty. He should be given the chance to defend himself, etc. But this isn't about that. It's about why has it taken like 14 months, 15 months to come out? I thought it was a wind-up. I thought it was a late April 1st, but it clearly wasn't. And yeah, it's just bad. It's fucking bad. That's what it is. And it's it hopefully highlights what I've been saying. Is like where was our communication for 5 weeks when they were sitting on the results of the board? Why didn't we get them? Why weren't we told? Why did Junior keep on training? Why did we keep investing in a promotion? Why did the undercard keep on training? Why couldn't we bring another opponent that would have saved the date if it would have come to that when it ended up coming to? Why? It's not a difficult question. It's just there's no answers. And what this does is highlight the case of what we went through. But I've got to say, it sounds... Okay, on the other hand, they had the fight, which isn't great, if there is a positive boxer in the ring. But it's the communication, man. What are you doing? Sit on these results. I don't get it. I keep on saying, the truth will come out. I don't know if it will. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait a few years for that. I've got no idea,
Well, Kalle, thank you for your time, mate. Really appreciate the response as well. And all the best. Look forward to May 13th. Thank you.